Hi guys, Paul here, Jurassic Rambler. Hope everyone's well. Today I just thought it'd be quite nice to do a video on what I've found to be my top 10 purchases of 2023. All these have been bought with my own money, and I'm not going to flood it with, 5, 10, 6 tents, whatever. One is because I don't own 5 or 6 tents, but I just want to sort of break it out between some of the kit that I bought, perhaps some of the tech that I bought, some of the clothing that I bought, but they all sort of make up my top 10. So I thought I'd just give you a quick overview of that top 10. As we do in normal tradition, we work from 10, work our way down to number 1. I don't know if anyone can guess what my number 1 will be. However, so coming in at number 10 is this, which is the Flexi Tail 2. So this is a basically it's a 3-in-1 sort of pump. It inflates, it deflates, and it also has a lantern on, which is really useful in your tent, so you can hang it up. It has 2 ends to it. One that is for the inflation, that is for the where you can deflate it. And as I say, just hold it. It gives you switch it on, and you get 3 different degrees of brightness, which you can see there. Just really useful. That acts as a camping lantern in your tent. It weighs next to nothing. This 96 grams, I think it is the official weight of it. I use it on my sleeping pads rather than the manual sacks that you can sometimes use to blow up your pads. I think the license is the brightest is 400 lumens, and then the middle one is 160, and I think the first setting is 40 lumens as well, so you can set it for whatever. I've had this up in my tent, and I think it would happily run 8 hours, I think, on the middle setting. So it works really well. Switch again. It comes in a nice little sack, and it has all the attachments that you can need for different inflatables. I think that one is for like a swimming ring. You've got your normal air pad ones. I don't know if you can see them. So different ones that will fit different valves. You've also got one to put into if you want to deflate it as well, and there's an adapter there. The only criticism I have of it, and it's a minor criticism, is the instructions that come with it, which are incredibly small to read, particularly with someone who's got bad eyesight like me. I mean, it's not rocket science switching on, but slightly small. But I guess it comes with the idea of the packaging. It's USB charging C adapter. Comes with it. Comes in a nice little bag, so it's easily stored away. And also, when I bought it, I bought this little it's like a cover for it. So you sort of see there, you've got like it acts as a sort of like a lampshade, and it can actually fit into the I don't know, you can see it there on the top, and then it sort of pulls over, and it just makes it a little bit more atmospheric, I think. So we'll switch that on now. You can sort of see it there, so it just sort of gives you a different sort of feel, quite nice in the tent. I paid about £30 for it. Been really useful, and yeah, that comes in at number 10. Highly recommended. Okay guys, on to number 9 in my top 10, and what comes in at number 9 is this. So this is the Caton B free water filtration system. So they do this in 2 sizes. This is a 1 litre. They also do, I think, a 600 millilitres or a 500 millilitres. Okay, this is brilliant, and I've used this a lot this year on my through hikes. Again, super light. This weighs in at 63 grams, obviously when it's empty, and it's so portable. It actually squeezes up. You see how small it packs down as well, so it's absolutely fantastic. It's the filter part of it is the bit at the top that unscrews, and that obviously the filter is in there, and that removes all the the bacteria, the sediment that you'll get from obviously water sources, down to 0.1, what's the terminology they use, is it microns, which is I think 0.0001 millimeter. So if you're into your microns, you'll know what that is. As I say, it's brilliant. It's so compact. It can really pack down into small sizes. It does state that you can get 2 litres a minute output on this, and we'll show you how it flows in a minute. It does say with the filter that you can basically use this for 1,000 litres of water before it needs changing, and obviously that's dependent on, I guess, on the quality of the water. The beauty of it is as well, in terms of cleaning the filters, you know, you can do it either 2 ways. 1, run it under the tap, or 2 is fill your bag up with water, sort of, you know, screw it on and then give it a swish, and that will do it. So you don't need to do any of the, you know, like with other filters that you have to do the back flushing, etc. Super good. As I say, I've just got a water here, so I'll just actually fill it up, and you can actually sort of see the flow rate that comes off of it. I think when I bought this, it cost around about £50, so it's not cheap as such, but it becomes an invaluable companion when you're on sort of hikes and you're wild camping. So I've filled that up with about 600 millilitres of water. I'm just going to take a cup, or in fact, I'll probably, if I can just, 2 seconds, let me just down that slightly, hopefully you can see that, okay, and then you can sort of see the flow of that. Oh, that's pretty good. I don't need to do any bit. So you can see it's got a pretty good flow rate, and it's been, as I say, £50 of my hard-earned money well spent this year. So this is my number 9 buy of the year, the Kaidan B water filtration. Okay guys, number 8 on my list is the Revolution Race Nordwand Pro trousers. Okay, so pretty tricky to show trousers, but I will put them down there and just give you a quick overview. So these are from Revolution Race. They are not the cheapest trousers, but I'll explain the what I thought, why they were good value. So first of all, they have a durable sort of knees on the rear as well, and also around the back there. So it's very stretchy. So they're really suited to high intensity walking and hiking. They have 5 pockets. So obviously those 2 there that you can see, they have 2 pockets there, and then within this pocket there's a sort of a mesh pocket in there, hence the 5. I do like the zips. They're YKK zips. They also have a nice, easily open and close with one hand, not fiddling around with them. Super stuff. What also is good about them is at the bottom on the legs. So if I can just move the camera down slightly. So what you'll see on the legs is they have an elasticated leg, but they also have, on the other side, they have a sort of 3 popper. So you can obviously, depending on on what you want, you can obviously make the bottom of the leg fit you accordingly. Tend to have them, because of my size of me, I tend to leave them on the first one. They also have a clip there that will obviously go over and attach to the into your the shoelaces as well, to keep them close to your boots and stuff. As I say, they've got, where it's hardware and there's extra reinforcements everywhere, they have, just push it back up again, down the side there, they have these for ventilation. So you've got one there on either side, which is fantastic, and the other one on the other side there as well. So they're super. I really like them. They have a DWR on them, so they have a water repellent on them, but they are as well highly breathable with those ventilations, and they're super tough. In fact, I love them that much that I got another pair in the which is a little bit more when I'm sort of stealth camping or whatever, in the forest green. Exactly the same, same features. I think Revolution Race do an awful lot of different trousers. It's going to be quite confusing when you get on there. These are, to me, a really good value for money. They're not the cheapest. They come in at about, I think, roughly around about the £90 to £110 mark, depending on what colour and style you get. However, both of these pairs I bought actually from Vinted. So for these ones, I paid £35. And for the blue ones that I've got on, I paid £30, and they've hardly ever been worn. So Vinted's a great place to go for stuff. I always look when I'm buying gear, just have a look on Vinted to see if there's anything there, because people do sell stuff, and a lot of the stuff is in pretty good value and in good condition. And if it's not as it's described, then you can actually get your money back. No fuss. So these are great. I thought I'd stick them on. I'm not the best model in the world, but you can sort of see how they are. And I've used these all year, as I say. Absolutely great pair of pants to wear, walking pants. Right, guys, number 7 is the Caton MT500 camping stove. So this is a lightweight stove from Decathlon. So Caton, I think, is Decathlon's in-house brand. I really rate Decathlon, and in fact, if ever I'm going to buy anything, I'll always probably go to Decathlon first. I think their stuff's so good. I lived in France for 13 years, and that's the big outdoor shop right across France. So I'm sort of being used to going in there for all my ski gear and hiking gear when I was in France. So this is as I say, I think they do 3 stoves. They do, as with most of their range, they do a 100, a 500, and a 900. Obviously, the 100's the budget end. This one is the 500, which is their mid-range, and they do a 900, which is very, very similar to this. It just weighs slightly less. This comes in at 86 grams. It's very comparable, I think, to the Pocket Rocket and the Soto Windmaster. It has a built-in piezo lighter, which is great. It is also has if you look there, you can actually see as a sort of built-in wing guard as well there. So, which is again sort of comparable in terms of the designs of the Soapmaster, the Windmaster from Soto and the Pocket Rockets too. It states that it boils a litre in about 3.5 minutes. I don't get too hung up on that, to be honest, in terms of the time. If I want a cup of tea, whether it's 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, doesn't really matter to me. It's just the reason I got it was it's about £15 to £20 cheaper than the other two that I've mentioned, and I think it's exactly the same sort of spec in my eyes. Really good. Folds up. It's got a good. I'll just stick it on actually, just so you can sort of see it. I'll just leave it on. Okay, switch that on just so you can see. It's got 3 folds out into the 3 support. You turn the gas on, and obviously you can sort of get a view. Pretty good. Easily adjustable. But yeah, as I say, it's been great. I took this with me on a few of my walks, my through hikes this year that I've done on the southwest coastal path and around the Isle of Wight. And again, it's so good, so light, 85 grams. So that is what comes in at number 7 on my top 10 buys of 2023. Okay, guys, coming in at number 6 has been a tricky one for me. From a tech point of view, what's been the best tech thing I bought this year? couple of things came close. This one in particular, which was my, let me see, that's the Chorus Vertex 2 watch, which I found really, really useful. But without doubt, the winner for me has to be this baby, which is the Hover X1. So I have done a little unboxing video and a little short on my channel, which shows this. But this is basically a like a drone selfie camera all in one. Fits in the palm of your hand like so. 125 grams. For people like me, as you can probably see from my videos, I'm sort of learning how to make content. I don't have to worry about getting drones out and setting them all up and flying them. This is, as I say, it's more of a selfie type drone. It switches on through a button there. Hopefully it switches on. No, hopefully it can. See the green light come on, and basically on the drone it has 5 modes. So
current mode, orbit.
So orbit obviously will go around you. You can switch modes.
Bird eye.
Bird's eyes obviously takes from the top.
Custom.
You can have a
dolly track.
You can have a custom mode. So I've got it set to dolly track, which means it faces into you, so it will keep moving away as you walk towards it. Hover, self-explanatory.
Zoom out.
And then zoom out. So it'll zoom out and then zoom back into you.
Follow.
And then a follow me, so it'll be behind you. You can also, there is an app that's associated on your phone, so you can actually alter some of those individual settings for each of those modes that I've gone through. So you can increase the distance, increase the height, the duration that it operates within that. Super good, super simple to use for people like me. It has a sort of a camera there, and it's got, I think it's a couple underneath there. It works on, it senses the ground, so you couldn't fly it over, say, over if you're standing on the edge of a cliff to send it out onto beyond you, because it needs that ground reference. So you have to be careful with it. But for amateurs like me, this is fantastic. It just gets you some of those extra dramatic shots of when you're out walking into space with, you know, other videos and still photographs that you do. Super cool. It comes with a battery which sits there. It has, I bought the extra pack which has another battery, so you can actually, as one is using it, you can charge the other one and vice and swap them out. You get about, I think, 10 minutes video on it. But the beauty of it is that you're not faffing around spending, you know, a couple of minutes trying to set it up. It is literally, you just switch it on, press the mode, and away you go. So this has been really good, and I'm looking to use this more as we move into 24 with some of my videos. So that is number 6 on my list, which is the Hover X1. Right, guys, top 5. So what's coming in at number 5 is this. What's in that? Okay, so this is my Flame Creed quilt. Okay, now this has been brilliant, and this is what I tend to use, I think, most throughout the year. It's similar to a sleeping bag. If I just show you, similar to a sleeping bag. So it has a toe box, as you can see there, which you cinch up at the bottom. So you keep your feet up there, and it has a zip, which basically goes down to probably you see it there, the last part, the last fifth or so of the quilt. But with it being a quilt, it's obviously designed to actually sort of wrap around it. And it's great because for the summer months, I'm a warm sleeper, so I do tend to, sort of kick out a bit of my bag and stuff. It's great, super warm. As I say, comfort rating of 5. I think it has a limit of maybe just down to 0, which I think is, I don't know if I'd want to go out close to freezing in it. I just bought a 4-season bag for the winter months. What it does have though is, you see on the side, you have these connectors that go up one side, and what you can do is actually on the other side you have these little tags there, so you can actually, and I haven't got my glasses on, which is not easy to do this without my glasses on, so, but the whole idea is that you can sort of have it like a sleeping bag by connecting these up, like, you get the idea. So you can basically connect it up the side, and then you do have a sleeping bag as well, so it's not only just a quilt, but you can get the sleeping bag feel of it as well for those people who like that. The other thing it does have as well is straps, so you can actually strap it to around and underneath your sleeping pad as well. It keeps it in place. So really good. Weighs about 700 grams, I think it is. It's got a filling weight of the down inside, the stuff down, 90% white stuff down, and it has a filling power of, I think, 700. Okay, so as with anything with down, you obviously don't store it in a compression sack. It does come with a compression sack, which is not in my, is it? Yeah, so it comes in a little compression sack, and this does compact down really small into the bag. As with all down though, you should obviously always store it in a sort of loft bag as well, to keep the bag lofty in the feathers without scrunching up. So this is, as I say, it's been a cracking one that I've taken on, certainly on my through hikes during the summer. I've also used it when I've been out in my van as well. Sometimes when I've just sort of camped in the van, I just find it perfect for that as well. So that's the Flame Creed quilt, highly recommended. Like, yep, number 5 is the Flame Creed quilt. Right, guys, number 4. So surprising that this might be high up the list for so many people, but it's been a bit of a game changer for me this year, and it's this. So this is the OMOM Chest Pot. So predominantly this is used by obviously runners, trail runners, hikers, and that type of stuff. I've found it fantastic this year when I've been doing some of my longer walks. Obviously, the concept is, as in the name, it sits to your chest. So the whole idea is that you have 2 connections there that will actually clip in onto your shoulder straps on your rucksack. And then you also have at the bottom part, you have another 2 hooks there which you can sort of clip around if you want as well, so it stays nice and snug. All adjustable. Inside material, really nice. I think it has a capacity, I think it's 4 litres. It has a bit at the back that you can see there. I tend to put my glasses in there, and in the inside of it, it has a zipped pocket with a nice OMM logo, again, nice and easy. And with inside that, you have a 1 large pocket and then sort of 2 pockets at the back. So it might be funny that a chest pot's so high up on my best things I bought, but I'm a faffler when I walk. I have stuff everywhere, and this has been a godsend for me because I wear 2 different sets of glasses, my phone, sometimes I have my power bank in there when it's charging my phone as well. The Hover Air drone, I can fit in there now as well, so that can just go in there and sit in. Everything's to hand, sweets, little snacks, etc. It's all there. Little guidebooks. When I was doing the coastal path, I had the where was it? One of these, a book like that. So again, just as a reference, it can sit in the back there. So all that stuff that sometimes I don't want a map case around me. It can all go there, and it all sits close to your chest, and it's all readily available. Found it invaluable. You get a lot of stuff in here. And that's why there's other actually got some other attachment points that you can put some stuff on the back as well. Cracking bit of kit for me, as I say. Comes in about £30. So again, I don't think it's bad value in terms of the function that it performs for me. So that is my number 4 buy of the year, which has been the OMOM Chest Pot. Right, guys, number 3. We're at the top 3. And what comes in at number 3? Well, I guess I had to have a tent in at some time. And the tent of choice has been this. So this is everyone's favourite. This is the Lanchan 2 with the 4-season in it. This has been, for those who don't know it, this is like a standard trekking pole tent. I think it weighs in about 1200 grams with the ground sheet as well, which I always tend to put out. I've done slight modifications on it this year. I've looked at some of the good stuff that's out on YouTube where people have had these tents and just modified them slightly to make them a little bit more sometimes easier to put up, but also to get that the ridge a lot more taut. So I followed that, and that's been really useful. But as I say, this has been in my pack, in my rucksack, pretty much all year. As you can see, it packs down really, really small. I haven't got a tape measure with me, but that is not big at all. It weighs next to nothing. And that will be going with me again probably this year or next year, sorry, as we approach 2024, as I do the Tour de Mont Blanc. I'm going to probably be taking that one just again because of its versatility, its performance most importantly, but also its weight as well. For all those 3 things together, and you put in the price points, which I got this for about £120, which I thought was really good value. Some of them I see still advertised at 150, 160 for these tents. I got it for 120 directly from Amazon as well, I think it was. So really good value, and as I say, that is my number 3 purchase this year. Shout out to the Cloud Peak 2, which is still a great tent, but at nearly double the weight, it just doesn't meet the Lanchan 2 for my top 10. Okay, nearly at the end. So number 2 in my top 10 purchases of 2023 is, no surprise this is high up in the list, is the Big Agnes Rapide SL sleeping pad. I've done a separate review. In fact, it's one of the first reviews I did. I love this. Perfect sleeping pad, super comfy. I do have a Trekology pad as well, which is this one. So slightly smaller in size. That again is equally as comfortable to sleep on, but just from an R rating, you just obviously, this is I think 4.3, 4.4, 4.5. This just obviously gives you a little bit more protection from the ground, from the cold. Really good. Lasted me well. Can't say any more about it. Money well spent with this one. Big fan of it, and that is my number 2. If you want to see a bit more detail on this, please check out my video on the Rapide SL sleeping pad. Right, guys, countdown nearly complete. We're at number 1 for my top 10 purchases of 2023. Probably no surprise to the to the few subscribers that I have, but I think one of my most popular videos up to now has been on this, and it's a tough choice. And I almost thought, do I give it a joint number 1 to 2 products? And I can't really, because I think I should just stick with 1. Okay, so my top purchase this year, and I have 2 things here, and I don't know which one it's going to be, but eventually I have gone for this. So this is the Ultra Lone Peak 7 trail shoe. The reason I've gone for this is this has converted me and helped me reduce the amount of pain and discomfort I had with normal hiking boots. I have particularly wide feet. I mentioned on some of my videos, and particularly when I've been doing some long hikes, and with plenty of ascents and descents. I've really felt it on my feet and with blisters, etc. And I've looked at every possible solution. I bought about 3 different pair of boots. None of them are really doing the job until I come across these, and I'd seen it from another video. So these are 0 drop. So basically it's almost a flat line between the heel and the toe. Okay, so you don't get a raised platform, which most boots and shoes have of 8mm or whatever. And this is in effect how nature intended, I guess, humans to walk. The beauty of it though is that it has such a wide toe box. So what that has the effect of is spreading your toes, and particularly with my feet being quite wide at the top end, I particularly found that, particularly going downhill, that my toes would come together. I get friction, I get blisters, etc. And I'd walk in a bit of discomfort for on trails and stuff. So I was looking for something which would alleviate that. Saw these, took a punt, if I'm being brutally honest, because they're not cheap. They're about £120, I think. But I've done a number of trails, walking long distance, multi-day walks with them. Absolutely fantastic. So this is why it's my number one. There was a close competitor, which is the other one that's on my other video, which is the Olympus 5. The only reason this isn't number one is because I probably used these more this year than them, and these were the ones that basically were the precursor for me to buy a more suitable boot for during the winter. I've just come back from Dartmoor on these, and these perform fantastically well. Great, soles on them, Gore-Tex, absolutely fantastic. But my number one purchase this year is the Ultra Lone Peak 7. Not everyone's cup of tea, but for me, and if you do have particularly wide feet, perhaps struggle at the front end with toes getting blisters, etc., these have been an absolute game changer for me. Light as anything. They do them in about 3 or 4 different colours. Plenty of reviews on YouTube, so I'm not going to bore you with another review, but please check out my other video on that one. So that's it, guys. That's my top 10. Hope you enjoyed that. Just a little bit of fun in terms of what I've bought this year and what's worked for me. Some things haven't worked. I've bought some stuff that hasn't worked for sure. I don't know if I could do a top 10 on that. But yeah, looking forward to 2024 and see what that brings. And obviously, hopefully, I wonder this time in 12 months what my 2024 top 10 will be. Take it easy. Please like and subscribe, and catch you soon.